What's going on, guys? I am with the Moose, and today I'm back with another episode of my MUT 16 unofficial ratings. Today we got the San Francisco 49ers for you, and just a quick note, this is going to be a very difficult episode to analyze completely. I'll be 100% honest. It was very tough to pick the top 5, so if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan, definitely leave your comments down below with your feedback, because I certainly struggled with putting a top 5 together. I think there's like 10 players that honestly could be in their top 5. And I ended up having to pick 5, so let me know in the comments what you think of the list, but without further ado, let's get right into it. As we always do, we're going to start off with the rookie for the San Francisco 49ers, and that would be Arik Armstead, selected in the 2015 draft. He figures to play kind of either defensive tackle or left end. In their 3-4 scheme, it's depending on what plays they call, he could be in either role. And he's a really big guy, 6'7", but he only weighs 292. That allows him to kind of explode off the edge and everything like that. Should be a very fast player. A lot of people consider him kind of raw, though. A prospect is what many people would call him. And definitely might be a little, have a little bit of a learning curve, but overall should be a very strong addition to that defensive line. And, the 49ers are definitely going to need it with all the, retirements they had in the past year or so. So, Arik Armstead, I'm going to predict him around a 74 overall to start off MUT 16. One of the lower end golds, especially because, of his potential, but he definitely needs to, grow a little bit in terms of, being a better player in the NFL if he wants to see that rating improve. At number 5 on the countdown, we have the strong safety for the San Francisco 49ers, and that is Antoine Bethea. Of course, he had the Team of the Year for strong safety, and he had a great season playing in all 16 games, recording 86 tackles and even 1 sack, 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 10 pass deflections as well. So Antoine Bethea definitely had a fantastic year in his first year with the 49ers, and hopefully he should continue that play. Now, he had an 83 overall to start off MUT 15, and I'm going to guess that he gets an 86 overall to start off MUT 16. I think that's pretty reasonable to assume. Maybe he gets an 85, but I think he'll definitely get an upgrade over his MUT 15 card. And I think an 86 overall would kind of highlight how good he is in coverage. He's one of the better coverage safeties in the league. Not really known too much for his, heavy hits or anything like that, but his coverage abilities are definitely top notch. And for that, I think he's going to get an 86 overall to start off MUT 16. At number 4, we have the 49ers right tackle, and that would be Anthony Davis. He started off the year with a pretty solid base elite card and moved up to a 93 overall during the road to the playoffs for team MVP. And that's pretty much because anytime he was on the field, he played very, very well, but he was off the field for much of the season. And for that reason, I'm going to say that he starts off with an 87 overall. Still a solid card. Definitely going to be one of the better right tackles when you start off MUT 16. But, not elite, I guess you would say, the top 2 or 3 right tackles in the game. I wouldn't say Anthony Davis is going to be that high, but he'll probably be a top 5, top 6 right tackle. And for that, I think he gets an 87 overall to start off MUT 16. At number 3, we have the left tackle on the San Francisco 49ers offensive line, and that would be Joe Staley. He started this year with an 87 overall in MUT 15, and I honestly think he's going to stay right around that 87 overall mark in MUT 16. Now, he was one of the more consistent contributors on the 49ers offensive line, but he didn't really do too much to, inspire a lot of confidence in the team or anything like that. He just did his job and did well, and just continued his play as one of the better left tackles in the league. And for that, I think Joe Staley stays at his 87 overall to start off MUT 16. At number 2 is sure to be a little bit controversial, I would assume. We have Aldon Smith. He started off this season with an 89 overall, but I'm going to drop that to an 87 overall to start off MUT 16. I think that's pretty much because he only played 7 games this past season. He was suspended for the first 9 because of various off-the-field incidents before this past season, I should say. And Aldon Smith, elite pass rusher, definitely going to make some plays on the quarterback, but I do think he'll drop in overall pretty much because of the time missed. He definitely seemed rusty when he came back last year and really didn't do too much. I think he had like 2 sacks, really didn't do a lot for the 49ers this past season. So I'm going to say he drops to an 87 overall to start off MUT 16. At number 1 for the San Francisco 49ers, we have NaVorro Bowman, the new number 1 middle linebacker for the 49ers. Of course, Patrick Willis had been that number 1 for a while, but Bowman is no slouch whatsoever. Of course, last season he missed the entire year with injuries, which was pretty unfortunate to see. He's definitely one of the best players in the NFL, and I think just because he missed the whole previous season given that kind of rust that, you know, is inevitable, I'm going to drop him 1 overall over his base card in MUT 15 and give him an 88 overall to start off MUT 16. You know, of course, his abilities are still off the charts, and he'll still be one of the best middle linebackers to start the year, but I'm going to drop him 1 overall just to account for, you know, the missed time. You know, missing 1 full season is definitely not easy, but hopefully Bowman can make the good transition back to being one of the best middle linebackers in the league when this season starts. That'll do it for this edition of MUT 16 unofficial ratings. Obviously, like I said, it was a very tough list to draft up. You know, we got guys like Vernon Davis, Colin Kaepernick that I left off. If you guys look at their stats this past season, though, they were very bad, especially Vernon Davis had a atrocious season, I would say. If you just look at his stats, you can tell, you know, just by that matter. But let me know if you agree with it. Maybe you're a 49ers fan and you know a little bit more about the team. Of course, you probably watch more of their games. I didn't really watch all their games this season. It's just the nature of, you know, being a Cowboys fan. I tend to watch Cowboys games over, you know, other teams. But let me know in the comments down below. It also made it tough that, you know, a ton of players from their team retired. You know, Chris Borland, Patrick Willis, Justin Smith, just a ton of guys retired or left, so it made it really difficult to make this list. But let me know in the comments down below if you agree. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.